What's up, guys, and welcome back, and welcome to a little series that I'm starting now called Psychology with Foxo. Now, with this series, this is going to be me kind of explaining some, I don't really know how to put it, but like explaining psychology on subjects that a lot of people may not know about. And this also does play in a factor with biology as well, so let's get into it. Okay, this first episode is kind of a controversial topic, but definitely a topic I've seen a lot of people argue about. And this topic is, are you really born gay, or is it taught? Short answer is, you are born gay. That's the simplest answer I can give you. But let's dive a little bit deeper into the scientific kind of like aspect of that. And I do have my little notes right here, so I don't really get anything wrong. But study shows that genetics do have a play in sexual orientation. If you don't know what that means, it means that you probably have a relative or something that was gay, or, have a different sexual orientation than most. So it does kind of get passed down a little bit. There is no specific gay gene. That does not exist. It's a mix of multiple genes and other different factors. Yeah. So, the hormonal factors, being that conditions in the womb during pregnancy can help shape the brain. And being that not every condition makes someone gay. That kind of didn't make sense, but you get what I'm trying to say. Different conditions that happen in the womb or consumed or something helps develop the brain, especially in an early age of being pregnant. And it's kind of iffy, That's why sometimes they tell you not to eat certain things because, like, you can't eat fish because of the mercury will harm the child. You can't have alcohol because, again, it'll harm the child and mess up their brain. So, I'm not saying that if anybody, like, drinks or anything, is their child's gonna end up gay. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to give examples of different conditions that can happen. Natural hormone levels in the womb can influence how the brain develops regarding attraction. Now, again, this kind of develops into the gene part where things just kind of get passed down. Some things, there's a thing that if you're born with something, it skips a generation. That's kind of how this kind of works, but it can skip multiple. If that makes sense. I don't know. It kind of does, but it also doesn't. This is a cool fact. I don't even know how to say this, mainly the first word, so I'm gonna put it right here. But this shows that a boy with many older biological brothers has a slightly higher chance of being gay, likely due to, I can't read, maternal immune response during pregnancy. I can't read, sorry. But yeah, that's actually a cool fun fact. If you have multiple older brothers and you are born most likely a guy, you're most likely going to be gay, which is kind of crazy to me, if I'm being honest. Another cool fun fact is that men are actually more likely to be born gay than women are, because women are more likely to be born fluid with their sexuality, so bisexual more like me, which I also find really, like, insane and crazy, because I don't know, it's weird, it's completely insane, and I don't know, I feel like this is a pretty controversial topic, and I'm kind of sorry about that, but, yeah, let me just get to my other notes here. I was not very prepared. Okay. So, let's get into the psychological reasons of it. So being gay is a normal variation of human sexuality and not a mental illness. Please understand that, okay? When we're talking mental illnesses, we're talking, like diseases like schizophrenia, bipolar, those are considered mental illnesses. Being gay is not. Please understand that. Get that through your head. Psychological research shows that gay individuals share the same foundational mental health and emotional capacity as heterosexual people, saying that they think the same, they do the same things, they don't have any difference except for a different type of chromosome, basically. That's kind of how that's saying. Yeah. I don't. So, the historical context of this is that a lot of psychologists have incorrectly viewed homosexuality as a mental disease, and I'm pretty sure that stopped around the 1970s, if I'm correct, I believe. Oh, 1950s, never mind. It says in the 1950s provided no difference in psychological adjustment between gay and straight individuals. I thought it was 70s, my bad. But yeah. Oh, no, there's two things. The American Psychological Association and the American Psychiatric Association officially moved homosexuality from their list of mental disorders in the 1970s. So it was proven not a mental disorder in the 50s, but officially removed in the 70s. So I was right about the 70s part, I guess. I don't know. So the external pressure of it is higher rates of anxiety, depression, and distress among gay individuals are driven by social stigma, discrimination, and lack of family or social acceptance rather than their sexual orientation themselves. So, if it seems like, I don't know how to put this, it's like, if you're, gay or whatever, and you don't have a supportive, environment really, supportive friends, family, whatever it may be, you have a higher risk of depression, anxiety, and a bunch of other things that are not exactly helpful. Which is why we also have Pride Month. Because Pride Month it's more of a safe place for people like that who don't have a safe environment, and they can go to an environment, have fun, meet other people that are like them, and feel safe for once. That's why we have it, okay? We're not forcing anything like everybody else says. Negative social messages can lead to homophobia, self-criticism, and identity conflict, which is totally true. If there are people who, are getting mad at you for something that you can't control, you might start questioning yourself and being like, I'm not normal, this isn't how this should be, and then you, again, start to fall into that depressive state. Which I feel like is why we should just have people that, if you're gay, cool, I don't care. It doesn't affect my life, that's fine. I don't understand why people don't really think that way, because I think that way, and I know a lot of you people think that way. I think that's just a less stressful way of thinking. So yeah. Many individuals build strong community bonds, coping strategies, and positive self-identity fosters with their emotional well-being. Those are the type of people that, go to Pride Fests and stuff. Not all the time, but you get what I'm saying. They build these strong bonds with who they are, and they go out and express this. They don't care what other people say, and most of the time they also have supporting people. And, I feel like we all just need supporting people in our lives, especially with this type of stuff. So, yeah. Accepting and disclosing one's sexual orientation is a gradual, lifelong psychological process. Now, this is kind of where people get confused of thinking people turn gay. No, it's just the process of them coming out as gay. Because, sure, you can be, you're born gay, but you can be 25 and come out as gay. And that's, I think, where people get the idea that you turn gay. Like, oh, if you're an adult and you just now realize this, why are you, just now realizing it? It's like, people realize things about themselves at different ages, okay? It's different for everybody. And, I think we just need to, especially people like that, give them time. And if you, suspect that, their sexuality is different, don't force them to tell you. Don't really ask about it. Just kind of, wait until they're comfortable enough to do it. So also coming out can induce anxiety or family problems, but supportive environment significantly boosts self-esteem and overall mental health. Again, this is why people need more supporting people in the world and not so many judgmental people, because it doesn't help people's mental health, and it really does not help them with the confidence in themselves. Because I'm in a supporting environment. I have all of you guys supporting me, and it feels really good about myself, and I feel better about myself when I see all these, comments and everything, and how my life has grown on YouTube, which, by the way, thank you so freaking much for almost 500 subscribers. This is actually insane to me. I know 500 doesn't seem like a milestone, but it's a milestone for me, and I really want to thank you guys for that. Because I think, like, when I'm recording this, I don't know how many I'll be at when I post this and finish editing it, but as of right now, I am at 475. I am so happy. You guys have no idea what that means to me, because when I first started actually posting regularly, I was only at 120, like 120 something. Now I'm almost at 500. I am so happy that you guys found me and I found all you guys, and I'm just really happy, and I want to thank you all for that. Um, but yeah, and I also want to mention that this channel is also a safe space. I don't know if any of you knew that before, or looked at my content and thought that it was a space already, but I just want to let you know it is. All types of people here are welcome, except for criticism. You don't allow criticism, okay? Like negative criticism, get it out. You can leave, okay? Okay. But yeah, that kind of concludes our first episode. This is more of just like informational type stuff, and a series I wanted to start because I'm very into psychology, especially abnormal and criminal psychology, which, fun fact, are classes I'm taking this year in high school. So I will be able to learn a lot more and teach you guys a lot more if you guys want that. But yeah, let me know what I should do for the second episode of this, or something that you want to learn that's psychological, and I will be happy to do it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!